What's going on, everybody? It's JK Philly. Just wanted to come on and talk today, obviously, about all this exciting news about the 76ers and everything that has been going on in the past 24 hours with surrounding mostly by Joel Embiid, of course. Obviously, a few hours ago, there was a report out that we finally got the fine. We finally got, the result for the investigation that they were planning on doing. It reads out Philadelphia 76ers fine, not going through the whole thing, but they were fined $100,000 for the public statements, including Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse. They were inconsistent with Joel Embiid's health status, basically, that violates the NBA's rules. But they did mention that the league's investigation also confirmed that Embiid has been unable to play in 76ers regular season games this season due to a left knee condition. So basically, they're confirming that whatever type of investigation they did, they seen that, okay, you have enough proof showing that Joel can sit out for a little bit. Or maybe they don't care about that specifically, but there's obviously history that goes along with it. What it seems like they care about, obviously I was watching a video, sorry if I steal anything that I'm saying, but I was watching a video by Running Back Philly, and it was basically saying that you got fined because you lied to the fans and to the media. Understandable, whatever. Everybody that I've been seeing on Reddit or YouTube or Instagram or whatever type of comments on whatever social media, just like 75% of them, like majority of them are like, I'm not a Sixers fan anymore. This is ridiculous that they're not telling us what's going on, and I'm not going to be a fan anymore if they're going to continue to act like this, and why are they being so vague, and why is Nick Nurse so short with the media staff? It's just like, relax. Come on. Like, is it not obvious? Is it not obvious what we're doing here? Like, ever since this news of like, hey, Joel Embiid's not going to play back-to-backs. Joel Embiid might not play the first game. Joel Embiid is going to get investigated. Like, it's kind of just like, yeah, we kind of know, like, you're trying to finesse, even if it is true by whatever the statement says, or if that's the final version of the investigation of just like, hey, it shows that Joel Embiid can't play. His records are here, or we've tested, or, whatever they do. I don't know, obviously. But if that is the case, let's just relax. We know we're trying to finesse a little bit extra time. We start the season out of shape in October, out of shape in November. We move into December, January, starts picking up the pace, dropping 70, dropping 50, dropping 40, averaging 35, 40 points, whatever type rebounds, whatever type assists. And by the recipe that we've been seeing, regardless of what month it is that he gets hurt in, it's just going to transition us into, okay, you're going to deal with your injury, you tear your meniscus, you mess up your knee, you mess up your foot, you do this, you do that. You go take that time off, you come back, and usually it's around that time when playoffs are starting, so we really don't give you that 100% time that we should be giving you off because, hey, if we don't got you, we don't got nothing. You could see it last year. If that was our team last year without Joel Embiid, we'd be worse than the Detroit Pistons last year. Let's keep it a buck, all right? Regardless of Tyrese Maxey, they got Cade Cunningham too. I don't even remember if he was playing because I wasn't watching the Detroit Pistons, but if we're looking at that team as Cade Cunningham was supposed to be their savior and they're still losing all those games, then we're looking at Tyrese Maxey the same way, like, you're supposed to be our savior if we don't got Joel Embiid and we're still losing those games, and you can even see it in the first couple games. So that's where that all stands from. It's like, we've tried. I feel like we're kind of exhausting our options of what we can do with Joel as he continues to age. 28, 29 years old, I think he is. Really moving into, I would assume, his last couple years of greatness, the way he's been showing it. Mostly, obviously, because of injury. But with every single year, it's something new, or it's something the same nagging injury that's going to bother us late down the line. I don't want to talk too much about it, but just going overall, we just got to relax. Like, Nick Nurse, what do you expect him to say? You expect him to be truthful? Like, it's a business at the end of the day, and we're trying to finesse our way. And listening to Running Back Philly and hearing his synopsis, basically, of like, this is what my assumption is they're doing this, and I'll play it out. But so basically, going into this point, just because I listened to my videos a little bit quicker, looking back at this video, what Running Back Philly's version, what he's basically saying of like what his assumption or his thought might be of what the Sixers are doing, is what I was thinking about from the jump when I'm seeing all this information of like, yeah, that's probably what they're doing, and just be okay with it. But I'll just play it out.
Hear out my scenario and let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think the Sixers are saying, if Joel Embiid can only last 3 months, and they may have had entire analytic departments looking at the actual number of games that he's lasted throughout the season, and they might have said, if Joel Embiid can only actually last 3 months, then we're going to hold him out most of the season, and we're going to take whatever fine it is that we get for that, and we're going to get him back in literally in like March, April, right before the playoff. Like, don't be surprised if the 76ers hold Joel Embiid out for a long time.
I wasn't surprised. That's what I assumed we were doing. Obviously, it's not ideal. I don't want I agree with the frustration with fans to a degree of like, don't give me any Joel Embiid until March. Because, yeah, that's crazy. But, like, when we're going into talking about you're missing in the home opener and you're missing in these games in October, you're going to miss the play-in tournament. It's like, when we're looking at the schedule, I don't care about Joel Embiid playing against the Detroit Pistons and being available for Tobias's revenge game, right? I don't really care about Joel Embiid playing John Morant. Yeah, you can talk about these games in the West Coast games because we only play them a couple of times, and God forbid if any of these teams get into the finals, you would want to know how we match up against them. These are needed games. Sure, I can agree with you on that. And also just saying all of this as a point, I want Joel Embiid to play right now too. My argument is only I understand it and I'm not as angry as other people are that he's not. But then when you move in the games here, you want to watch him play the Hornets, you want to watch him play the Magic, the Heat, the Grizzlies again, the Nets. Like, I don't want to watch any of these games with Joel in them. You want to know what games I want to watch? Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. These. I want to watch these games down here, right? Questions, contact us. Here's the phone number. These are the games I want to watch. Everything after April 13th, right? These are the games I want to watch them, and I think that it genuinely matters. I don't care about Joel Embiid scoring 89 points against the Charlotte Hornets because LaMelo Ball gets hurt for a seventh time, right? I don't care. It's nice. It's awesome. I loved when he scored 70 on, who was that? The San Antonio Spurs? That was awesome. If it was the Spurs, I don't remember. That's great. I don't care, though. After looking through some comments, I can understand the point of, you know, our front office and how weird they are all the time and why they're not trying to tell us what's going on or tell the media what's going on or just being short with us and vague. It's like I get that when I'm reading stuff down here on the comments and like, you're happy you got fined. Tired of this guy doing it to the fans. It's diabolical. Josh Harris and Daryl Morey are frauds. Like, just this type of stuff. It's like, I get it. I'm in agreement in some capacity, but it's just like, what can we do, man? It's going to be hard enough if, like how he's saying in this video, just like analytically he can survive for like 3 good months. If that's really what they did, sure, put him in December, put him in January, whatever we can do to achieve something. Like, another point that I saw that he pointed out that I want to talk about. So basically, just going over this, talking about the frustration with them not playing on the home opener, progressing well, ramping up, whatever that means. I get all that, but I'll just play it out to respond to it.
Thing, bro, I don't understand. And when I first talked about the report of him not scrimmaging in the preseason, y'all came at me talking about, oh, you're overreacting. It doesn't matter. Why do you want him to scrimmage in the preseason anyway? It doesn't matter. It's fine. Y'all got to be new to this, bro. You got to be brand new Sixers fans if this doesn't piss you off. If this doesn't piss you off, you got to be new Sixers fans because you're not traumatized like the rest of us. All right? Here's my problem with the Joel Embiid thing. They are not telling us what's actually happening. How does that not bother you? How are you not skeptical of this organization? After the Markelle Fultz bullshit, after all the Ben Simmons drama, how are you not skeptical of this organization? Joel Embiid played in the Olympics. And then he had 3 months off. And the season starts and he's not ready to go. Why and how? It doesn't make any sense. They're not giving a tangible reason. Does he have pain in the knee? Does he have knee swelling? Is he's not fully recovered from surgery? What is the actual reason for him not playing?
So I think generally when we're talking about this, it's obvious. We all feel that way from the jump. That was my initial feelings. But then after thinking about it, I'm just like, responding to this and then listen to it after the fact now, like going back to my main point, I kind of came to the conclusion like, hey, it's obvious that, like, yeah, he did play in the Olympics. He was averaging 12 points, played like 17 minutes, right? Had 3 months off, isn't ready. Said he was ready, not actually ready. They're not telling us if his knee is swollen or if he's hurt or if he's not hurt, but they're just sitting him out, or, you know, they're not telling us anything. We understand that. We understand that we're going through another episode of, like he stated, the Fultz, the Ben Simmons, the James Harden, the Jimmy Butler. Like, it's just happening again, but it's with injuries now. And it's just like, in this sense of talking about the trauma that comes with the horror stories of the unprofessional being vague and, you know, whatever else that comes with the Sixers organization, and then the same type of trauma, if not almost worse, that comes with Joel Embiid's horror story coming around playoff time. I kind of like just re-looking at it, it's like I got to pick my poison, right? Like, am I okay with the Sixers organization being vague and not being truthful to us about Joel's health? Yeah, that kind of pisses me off. But on the other side, Are you more nervous or scared? And I know he pointed it out of just like, you got to be scared or whatever. I'll admit that I'm nervous about Joel Embiid going into the playoffs healthy, regardless if he's 20, 25 pounds down. Like, obviously, I got them pulled up going through each year. 2019, knee injury. 2020, knee injury. 2021, meniscus, Ben Simmons. 2022, knee injury, ankle injury. I think he had a foot injury that year too. 2023, last year, meniscus injury. It, it's hard. It's hard to like be completely mad at the organization for trying to do this and trying to protect Joel Embiid in the sense, but it's also like, bro, I want to watch you play the games too. Like, yeah, I did just go over all of the schedule and like talk about. I don't want to care. I don't care about you watching you play against the Pistons or the Hornets or the Magic or the Nets. Like, I don't. If it's for like you being healthy later, like if that's the trade off, then cool. I'm cool with that trade off. But it's hard to be like, yeah, go ahead and play the whole season. Like, you're not going to get hurt again. Like, he's going to get hurt. And us trying to prevent it in some type of way is like, we have to try to find some way because it's obvious by all the other list of things that he's been hurt with before, even before 2019. So you got to pick your poison with it. And I can't be mad after getting this fine, right? I can't be. The organization is really trying to protect Embiid, from my understanding. Trying to protect Embiid, trying to let him heal even more than he's been able to be given the chance to heal. And we'll see what we can work out of it, right? Like, we could be doing all this. We can be doing all this talking, and realistically, say Bull comes back in December or January, and as soon as he comes in, he rips his knee open again, right? Then it's all for nothing. But we would obviously not prey on that or assume that that's going to happen. We would assume and hopefully make a good judgment that, hey, if we keep him out till December 1st, hey, bro, you're coming back December 1st, but we're assuming that giving you this extra couple months that you're going to be straight and you're going to be ready to go for playoffs. And if anything happens, it's going to be like deep in the playoffs, which regardless, he's probably going to get hurt in the season anyway with his history. So do you really care about watching him play the Hornets next week? Do you really care about him playing the Detroit Pistons tomorrow? I don't know. I don't care. Right? I would love to see him play against the Boston Celtics in a couple weeks. I would love to. I would love to see him play against the Lakers and teams that I know that are going to be competitive, like the Nuggets and, other teams that surround like that. But when you're talking about, hey, bro, I don't care if you don't play back to backs, but you got to play my Hornets or you got to play my Memphis Grizzlies. Like, for what? You got to play my Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know. That's all the discourse that's just surrounding it. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm right. I see a lot more people will say and disagree with my stance on it and say that I'm wrong because we need a reason to be mad at Joel and mad at the organization for not being transparent with us about his injury. But realistically, if Nick Nurse in that interview comes out and tells you, hey, we messed up. We thought he was ready, but he wasn't. Would you feel better? Would you feel better if we told you if he had inflammation in his knee and he's not going to be back till December? I'd rather yeah, sure. If that's what helps both parties, because we're all Sixers fans here. So if we're trying to understand what's going on and y'all need that confirmation of, yeah, bro, we're trying to keep him out, but we're going to make up some whatever just to say that his knee has inflammation and he's probably not going to make a return till about December. Would that feel better if you got that explanation rather than just rather than just the front office and Nick Nurse being vague about his health and like, oh, he is playing games during practice, but we're not going to put him in a game yet. Or it's just like, hey, he's practicing as much as he can during practice, but he does still have inflammation, so he really shouldn't be playing intense 5-on-5s until this date. Does that make us feel better? I don't know. I don't care. Continue to get these fines if that's what it's going to be. But as we transition into whatever day this guy comes back, hopefully this discourse will stop because we should all be close to the understanding of Joel Embiid's not going to play a lot of games this season. It's just a fact, right? We'll see what happens when he does play. If it's going to be like, hey, I don't even know how many games are in a month, but just say 15 games in a month. Hey, bro, you're playing 5 games a month, or like 10 games in a month, something like that. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But would you rather see him play against the Brooklyn Nets on December whatever, or would you rather see him play the Boston Celtics Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals and winning that game healthy? I want to see him win a chip. Everybody wants to see him win a chip. I know a lot of people that don't care about watching him play against the Nets or the Pistons or the Hornets or the Rockets. Like, I don't know. It's just gotta see what's going on with it. But that's where I'm coming from. Hopefully, I came across well enough. At the end of the day, we're all Sixers fans trying to figure out what's going on with Joel. Trying to just hope for the best that if they are doing that and they are just finessing to give him more time, y'all can take the 100,000 fine. That's like $100 to us. Go ahead and take that fine. Go ahead and take that time that you need off. But once you're back, like, you need to be back. That's all we ask as Philly fans, because we're gonna boo the shit out of you if you're not. That's all it really is. If you get hurt again, it's on you. If you can't take us to the promised land, like if we go through this whole thing and you can't take us at least to past the second round to the Eastern Conference Finals and you're healthy, then you're a bum. Then we don't want to talk about you no more, right? Then everything's gonna blow up, right? So that's Sixers fans. That's how we come in. Yeah, don't really have anything much else to say. Hope I came across well in my explanation and not like I'm attacking people who think that think the opposite of me. But other than that, talk to y'all.